In the past several months, I've been bombarded with emails, phone calls, messages, social media, direct messages from people saying, is WFG going to survive? Is World Financial Group going to survive this mass exodus of leaders? As some of you know, a lot of the leaders, or a fair amount of leaders, have left the company in the last several months. Eric Olson being the biggest leader to leave, and that's to my knowledge. But you got people like Eric Jensen and Fradel Barber and Chris Felton and many others who have decided to leave the company, for a different company or start their own company, whatever it is. And so people are saying, what do I do? Do I follow my leader, or do I stay? Are they going to go out of business? This is just my opinion. Never base a decision this big on someone's opinion. Okay, you make your own decision. I'm just trying to give you what I have because everyone just keeps knocking my door down. It's been a lot of people. So I just want to give you my opinion, then take it or leave it. Okay, is the company going to go out of business? Doubtful. They're backed by Aegon. They're backed by Transamerica. They have deep pockets. I doubt if they're going anywhere. If they had to start from scratch, they could easily fund a startup. Okay, so I don't think they're going anywhere. Should you, the second question, the big one people want to know is they're asking me, they said, look, I've based my whole life on this, my whole financial life. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go now? I don't know the answer to that question, but I will tell you this, in my opinion, okay? And if you don't know, I'm the guy that wrote the book on World Financial Group called The Truth About World Financial Group, if you don't know who I am. And so I would say to you, WFG, to anyone that's an associate, is your leader. Your leader dictates really what the opportunity is all about. And as I've said, even on stages with leaders in WFG, I've said the quality, the integrity, the honesty, the character of the leadership in World Financial Group varies greatly. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. It's not a level playing field. Okay, there are great leaders in WFG and there are very poor leaders in WFG. And some of them make a lot of money. Okay, so I'm not going to get into that, but I just want to say that it's a different opportunity when you're a great leader, when you're with a great leader, under a great leader, you're being led by someone who really knows what they're doing, that really cares about your success. It's a different opportunity than it is when someone doesn't care, has no system, doesn't, is just overriding, a team because they've been there so long or something else. It's a very different opportunity. So I would ask you first to assess your leader. Should you stay or should you go? Really, it should be, in my opinion, it should be, do you want to stick with your leader? I'm getting I'm getting more messages about Eric Olson than anybody else, and they keep saying, well, what should I do? What should I do? And these people, a lot of these people are telling me they're relying on this income. This is not people making millions of dollars. These are people making 50, 60, 70, 80, $100,000, $200,000 a year that need this money. This is not a joke. It's not a game. They're counting on this. They've put years, in some cases, of their lives, of their efforts into this opportunity with the promise that one day they would have financial independence. So this is no game, And so what I've said to them is, look, here's what I would recommend. Follow the leader if you believe in the leader, because it's not the company that's the opportunity to you. It's the leadership. The company's just a company, I mean, I've made my fortune over the years selling million-dollar contracts, training contracts to billion-dollar companies. Do you think any of these billion-dollar companies ever cared about me? No, they don't even know my name, even though I've sold tens of millions of dollars to some of them. They don't even know my name. They don't care. Now, the leaders within those companies, like Johnson & Johnson and GlaxoSmithKline and Procter & Gamble and on and on, now they were the people I followed and I helped, work with their sales teams and that kind of thing. But it wasn't the company itself. I'm just an outside, consultant, even though I built my whole life on it. I built my whole fortune on the whole thing. It's the same thing here, in my opinion. Okay, look and say, do I want to follow this person? And I'll tell you what I've said about Eric Olson just while I'm on it. I don't want to be too personal about these things, but people said to me, I've had a fair amount of people say, Eric's gone. Should I follow Eric? Should I do something? Should I stay with WFG? I don't know what the answer is to that. That's your personal decision. I just couldn't tell you what to do. It just depends on what you think and what you want to do. But I will tell you this, if you bet against a leader like Eric Olson, you're a fool. A bet against the champion is a bad bet. Olson will win the day in WFG, out of WFG. You could drop him in the middle of the Amazon forest with nothing. And that guy would find a way to monetize the Amazon forest and make it work, and he'd have 20,000 people working for him. Some people just have that, right? It's like investing in a company. I've been in the market as a relatively small-time investor, but an investor since I was 16 years old. It's a long time. I'm pretty old. It's been I got my first subscription to the Wall Street Journal. One of the metrics I was taught to use, and other people do this, of course, is to look at not only the metrics of the company, the different numbers, the different ways you analyze a company, but also who's leading the company. I'm long on Amazon because I believe in Jeff Bezos. I'm long on Tesla because I believe in Elon Musk. A lot of people don't like Elon Musk. They think he's crazy. I think he's a genius. I'm long on those companies mostly because of those two leaders. I would say this is just one thing to consider. It's not the only metric to consider when investing in a stock, and I don't think it's the only metric to consider when you're investing in an opportunity, but I will say that in WFG and in these kinds of the financial services opportunity like this, the leader, in my opinion, the leader is almost everything. Do you believe in the leader? Do you want to be with that leader? Do you like the philosophy? Do you like the level of aggression? Do you like the level of, do you like the attitude of it, the philosophy of the leader? That makes a huge difference. And I would say just look at that, look at the person, look at the leader, and ask yourself, do you really want to be there? I would not consider the company before I would consider the leadership. Again, leadership quality in WFG, as in all organizations, to be fair, varies greatly. You're buying the leader. You're not buying WFG. Not my opinion. And I wrote the book on the company, okay? Doesn't mean I'm right. This is just someone's opinion. And the only reason I'm getting into this, if you're saying, why is Siebel getting his nose into this? Because I wrote the book, for one, and because I'm being bombarded with questions from people who are really worried about their futures. That's it. That's all I have to say. I wish you the very best if you stay with WFG. God bless you. I hope you do really well. If you leave WFG and you go somewhere else, God bless you. I hope you do really well there. And it's based on your efforts, of course, but leadership matters. Leadership matters. Last thing I'll say, follow the leader.